In January of 2006, I started asking the question, am I being a good steward of what God has given me? Because, I'm thinking, we're doing great things. My customer service staff has had they've taken opportunities to pray with our customers, our sales staff, with our vendors. We're doing cool things, but it just was burdening me. Am I being a good steward? The truth be told is that things were really fairly easy. Sales came fairly easy, and we had steady growth. But I really wasn't trying hard. I really wasn't, interested at the time to make a really large company. Because, let's face it, there's headaches associated with when you get really large. But I also knew that we were an influence. I knew we were an influence to the community and the people that was working for Remote Link. And so, what if we were twice the size and we had twice the amount of influence? Is it worth the extra headaches? Or what if we were 10 times the size? Is it worth it? Now, God's multitasking, and so, a couple of years prior to this, he also sent me on a mission trip that I was basically kicking and screaming on because I really didn't want to go, but my wife and my kids were really excited about it. So I found myself in the Philippines, and I had to deal with this, and I'm thinking, what's going on here? How do people live this way? I've never seen such, anything like it. And I had an opportunity to talk to this guy here. He's 21 years old. He just got married, and I'm just saying, wow, that's exciting. What do you, what's your aspirations? What are your passions? What are you guys going to do together as a couple? And he's kind of looking at me like, I live in a garbage dump. There's nothing. I don't have really anything to do. We just got married. That's just what you do. And I'm like, well, come on, there's got to be something, what gets you excited? And so to make a long story short, it turns out that he's very creative, and he likes to, when you live in a garbage dump, what you do is you find all the good pieces of garbage and you sell it. Well, he likes to actually take different pieces and put them together and create something better than just the individual piece. And once we started talking about that, the smile came about his face, and he's just like, wow, there is something. I do have talents. I can, see things in a different way. And so that discussion really just wrecked me. It just messed with me because, I'm like, I go into fix-it mode, which I'm sure you guys can all appreciate, right? I'm in fix-it mode. How can I solve this problem? I can write a big check, send it over there, and really accomplish nothing. I can talk to my friends and stuff and maybe encourage them to write a big check and really just solve or accomplish nothing or something for a very short period of time. So with that, I had to just kind of ask God, what is it that, I can either just ignore this, all right, or I can do something with it. I started looking at my company and saying, this is a gift from God. I truly believe that. And the only way that I believe that poverty can be addressed is through education and opportunity. And I thought, well, I'm not a teacher, but what are we good at? Well, we're a software company. We're really good at software development. We're good at communications. We understand how to communicate long distances. We're good at that. But also, I believe in the church. I believe in the X2 church. I believe that, in the healthy church is the answer to the world. And so with that, and in collaboration with an organization, Philippine Frontline Ministries, who's been there for many years, okay, we started looking at what would it look like to put a business out there. So in October, we started putting the plans together, as well as going through the incorporation process and so forth. So once again, in collaboration with the organization that was already on the ground, they already had a church established, but it was way too small for what they were doing, and they were very effective. So Frontline Worship Center, and now there's 500 people approximately, and growing. And these doors opened up in June of this year, just to kind of put the perspective on the time. All right. Now, here's the back of the building, and we're like, from school, education, how does that work? Well, Frontline also is involved with a school, and so we started building this out, And here's a K through 12 school. It currently has around 70, 80 kids as of opening up in June. This is the layout. We have the computer room here. So we have, kindergarten and so forth. But what's interesting about the computer room is that's where we're teaching children computer work, high tech, low tech. If you know how to do, high tech programming, you can learn it there. Maybe you're not wired up to do that, and so there's low tech, like data entry type work. You can do that, and we're offering that in the high schools, and so the idea is that people can learn a new trade, and then when they get out of high school, then they'll have an opportunity to. There's a computer room. They'll have an opportunity to come and work in the business center, and this is the business center. And so I want to kind of close with this. This is Angie. She's 10 years old. I was right here when this picture was taken. All right. She's covered up because she really didn't want to talk to anybody. And turns out that she was raped 2 days prior to this picture. So we're saying, you know what? You don't have to live on the street. All right? It's a choice. Okay? Would you like to come and live in the children's center that is over at Philippine Frontline? And you have so many opportunities. She said yes. She said yes. And so she's on a new journey, okay? And my dream, okay, my dream for Remote Link is that we grow, all right? Because the bigger that we are, all right, the more influence we'll have, all right? And see, Angie, someday, okay, she's going to have an opportunity to go into the high school, and she's going to have an opportunity to say, hey, you know what? I want to get involved with computer programming. And so she's going to learn computer programming in her high school years, all along being able to go to the church that's right behind her school as a Christ follower, being a dedicated Christ follower. And then after she graduates, she'll have an opportunity with Remote Link. And then say around 25 or so, she'll have the character and the discernment to be able to find a decent guy, all right, where they get married, all right, and then, they have children and they raise a family in a happy and safe middle-class home. And that's my dream. That's what it's all about. And so this is her on her journey. This is her afterwards. And so, yeah, the headaches are worth it. We're going forward, and I don't see business and ministry. I see them as the same thing. God gave me the opportunity, the awesome opportunity, and the awesome privilege to run Remote Link. And I know this is it. This is why we're here. Thank you very much.